Troops have engaged at Farbanti Reconstruction Park, Silver Bridge, and the submerged area. We need you to help our boys in those 3 locations. This'll end the war. It's time. Commence the operation. Our friends are waiting.
Lately, as your company commander, I felt some of you young bucks coming after my championship belt. You're really putting the pressure on me. So I think I'm gonna go out there and run up the score a little bit. Just to show you guys how it's done. I trust I can count on all of you to keep up. Let's get out there, take care of business, and come back in one piece.
Let's try to run. Return line is to the north. And that way if you need to refuel. Good luck, everyone.
The Count is back in the saddle as Cyclops 2. It's good to be flying with you again, partner.
Cute. Nah, it's real funny.
Dodge that missile.
Missile. Missile.
I've got you.
Our ground forces are now moving to capture Farbanti Reconstruction Park. They're already engaged with the enemy. It seems the enemy was fast to detect them. They can use some air support.
Our air support has stopped the enemy. Advance on the hospital.
Target acquired.
Good job. Shoot them all down.
Target hit.
Enemy on your tail. Watch out. Enemy vessel. Fire.
Launched.
Enemy is locked on. Break away.
Now the enemy's already down. That LRS is really something.
Vehicle eliminated.
Locked on. Lights out. Enemy locked. Attack missed.
In gun range.
Break now. Strider 2. Box 2.
Roger. The park will be secured. The Ocean Big Shot cleared away.
I know the feeling. Where did these guys come from? My job just got that much harder.
Take destroyed. Enemy backup inbound. Forces are heading from 2 separate combat zones. We need to split our forces in 2 and meet both threats at once.
Trigger, head for either area. Cyclops will take care of the other one.
Roger.
HQ, we're falling back. We don't stand a chance against their air support. Hold your ground. Special delivery. Dodge that missile.
Conditions keep changing. It's battle subway.
Target destroyed. Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Locked on.
Missile launched, evade!
Missile.
Watch your chaff and flare supply.
Pull up. Caution.
Okay, Trigger. The submerged area is all yours. We'll deal with the other threat.
Strider 1.
Let's go. Shit.
Roger.
Missile launched. Keep sending the enemy forces to their watery graves.
Three strikes is overhead. Lady Luck now on our side.
Vessel confirmed sunk.
We've lost 30% of our fleet. It's going to be difficult to complete our mission given the circumstances.
Strider 1, missile inbound!
Missile.
Keep an eye on the
lock. Target acquired.
Bandit hit. Tank units advance.
Missile launched.
Everyone's requesting backup. They'll take forever to get here.
Missile hit.
Hang in there. This battle isn't over.
They have a lock on me.
Trying to stop our advance. One wrong move out here and you're dead. Thanks to our air support, victory is within sight. Let's turn the remaining enemies into start base.
You're low on special weapons.
The harder the battle, the less likely it goes according to plan.
Steer clear of the fucking Allied ships. Just how many did we lose? Damn it, 3 Sharks is back.
Strider 1, missile away.
I'm spiked. Breaking away.
Target destroyed.
Careful to the pride, arrogance. Careful so they can turn the battle against us in a heartbeat.
Now in the fight.
Strider 1, bandit destroyed.
Break. Missile! Evading! Medic, see to the injured. I need them back on the front lines ASAP. Keep an eye on your radar. All it takes is one missile and you're history.
Bandit on your 6.
Shaking off enemy lock. Lock 2. Breaking hostile lock.
Target acquired.
Bandit acquired. Lock on. We need more air support. You can't hold the bridge much longer without it. Call reinforcements! Damn it! Should have known it sooner! Bandit is still alive.
Bandit behind you.
Show the enemy no mercy. Firing.
Missile launched.
This is the start. There are small boats hiding in the ruins. Take them out before they can approach the fleet.
Breaking! I need to evade!
Locked on.
On my target's tail.
Missile inbound. Missile inbound.
Behind you! Enemy on your tail!
The enemy is worn out. Unfanned.
Missed.
enemy has a lock on you.
Eyeball to Ostrich. Take care of Niner Sierra for us. Roger. We'll provide supporting fire along with Stork. Our target is Niner Sierra. Prepare the first volley. Ready! Fire! Enemy striking back with everything they've got.
Missile. Missile.
Eyeball, give us a report. You overstood it. Thanks for the fire support. Roger.
We've spotted enemy backup. Check your radars.
Copy. Trigger. It's about time we finished up here and helped other allies in trouble.
You don't need to try and target every enemy. Just keep your focus. Take one down, then move on to the next.
Pull up. Caution.
Strider 1, target acquired. Strider 1, bandit on your tail.
Missile.
Strider 1, missile.
Missile.
You're out of chaff and flares. Missile launched. Your air support considerably weakened organized resistance from the Erusian army. Operation nearly complete. Just need to see it through.
Understood.
Understood.
All right.
Understood.
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 Caution. Pull up. Missile. 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 Ammunition zero.
Are you okay?
Missile.
Status report.
Ammunition zero.
Enemy has a radar lock on me.
3 minutes remaining.
Lock on. Good night.
Missile. Missile.
Not bad, not bad.
Caution. Pull up.
Target eliminated.
Pull up. Missile.
Get away from that missile. They're after me. I need cover.
Locked on. Go down.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed. Fox 2.
They're after you, Strider 1.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
2 minutes remaining.
Gotcha.
Target in gun range.
Fox 2. Fox 2.
Missile.
Locked on.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1. Break. Break.
Missiles depleted.
Fox 2. Fox 2.
Warning, enemy has a bead on you.
Missile. Missile. And missile. Zero. Ammunition zero.
1 minute remaining.
Stall warning. Stall warning.
Cyclops 4, Fox 2.
Missile hit.
Ammunition zero. Ammunition zero.
Bandit, right behind you.
This one's wide open.
Fox 2.
Trigger has destroyed the target.
Enemy's got a lock.
Missile.
30 seconds remaining.
Missile. Missile.
Bandit has a lock.
Caution.
Locked on hostile. Right side. Fox 2.
Special delivery.
Ammunition zero.
Strider 1, locked on target.
Missile.
Warning, enemy has a bead on you.
Missile striking.
All aircraft, listen carefully. This is Lancaster. We have the upper hand. The enemy headquarters is almost ours. Operation to eliminate all enemy satellites also underway. All going according to plan.
Breaking from enemy.
The end of the war is in sight. Think of something you'd like to eat, guys? Because I'm buying.
Roger that.
Man, don't jinx us.
Ah, you're right. New bogeys. No, 5 Su-30s inbound.
It's Mr. Rex.
What's going on here? I don't believe it. We've just lost ship 3 and 4. We're taking heavy damage. It's like this monster is toying with us out there. We've got to do something.
LRSSG, we have an emergency order from Mission Command. Bring down Mr. X. I know it's a tall order, but HQ wouldn't ask if they didn't have faith in you.
There they are. It's the snowbirds. The 2 leaders are at different levels, but don't underestimate the rest of them either. This should prove to be fun.
Missile.
What do you mean?
Missile.
It's just like you say, the enemy has experienced fighters in their midst. Dodge that missile.
This one's got skills. Damn. Those lackeys fly like champions.
Missile.
One ship is sunk. Single fighter coming back around.
Don't let Mr. X run wild. Friendlies are suffering heavy damage. Target is in range of guns.
2 guns, Strider 1.
What's going on here? I don't believe it. We've just lost ship 3 and 4. We're taking heavy damage. It's like this monster is toying with us out there. We've got to do something.
LRSSG, we have an emergency order from Mission Command. Bring down Mr. X. I know it's a tall order, but HQ wouldn't ask if they didn't have faith in you.
There they are. It's the snowbirds. The 2 leaders are at different levels, but don't underestimate the rest of them either. This should prove to be fun. What do you mean? It's just like you say, the enemy has experienced fighters in their midst. The enemy has a lock on me.
Looks like they're on our tail. Triggers. I'm hit!
Not bad. Stay focused, as we've still got a monster to slay. Their teamwork is somewhat
One
lacking.
ship is sunk. Single fighter coming back around.
Don't let Mr. X run wild. Friendlies are suffering heavy damage.
Missile. Missile.
They got a lock.
Missile. Missile.
I have a lock.
See where your plane has had it. Eject. Forgive me.
Evaded. Don't get too far ahead.
Mr. X is eating through the Osean forces.
No, 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 no. More of these guys.
Strider 1, missile inbound.
Scratch the last escort.
We need to be extra careful if we want to split up the 2 leaders. Eject while you can still talk.
Gotcha, pal.
Taking evasive action. Shaking bandit.
Target is in machine gun range. Strider 1, locked on target.
Locked on bandit.
Taking evasive action.
Enemy has a radar lock on me.
Star warning. Star warning.
This is Cyclops 3. I've been hit. I gotta eject. This one's wide open.
Cyclops 3 is bailed out safely. Don't worry, he's gonna make it. Listen, Trigger, real talk. If we keep this up, someone's not going home. I'll act as a lure. Meanwhile, you shoot down Mr. X.
What?
All right, he grabbed the bait. Time to take him for a ride.
Target is hit.
Nice. Fine. Give him one more. Shaky bandit.
In gun range. Fox 2!
Caution. Pull up.
Strider 1, locked on target.
You're quite the entertainer, but the show's over with this next shot. Bad pilot.
Wiseman! Missile closing!
I'll keep him on me. Just a bit longer.
Shit! Cyclops 1 is down!
Cyclops 1 is
Wiseman!
down.
Eject already, Wiseman!
I'm sorry, Count. This plane exploded.
Wiseman! Stay strong. We're not done here. Cyclops 2, you've got the lead. Wiseman! Shit! Negative, Cyclops 2, you're the lead. I can't do it. Trigger should take command. Duty is yours. That's impossible. Do it. Damn it. Cyclops 4, form an element. We need our top gun if we're gonna take out that bastard.
Local count.
Now I see why he's the king of the skies. Trigger's our only hope.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you. Strider 1, Fox 2. Missile hit.
Good job.
Now go finish the job.
Get Mr. X, Trigger. Shoot it down, Trigger. You can do it. In fact, you're the only one who can.
Stall warning.
My radar suddenly turned off.
What is it? Respond.
My data won't update.
My
Damn
heart's
it.
glitching out.
What was that?
Lost radar contact. What's up?
Look at the sky. Towards the sun.
What is that?
A star? No. Maybe an explosion?
This is Soul Squadron. Head home. It's not safe to stick around here if we lose our base.
Caution. Pull up.
Listen up.
Caution.
We've just lost our real-time connection with Mission Command.
Caution.
It's not just Mission Command. I'm not getting any response from outside our LOS. Farbanti's now under OCN control. The operation was a success. We didn't get the orders that should have come after the operational success. We'll guide you to the scheduled airport. All aircraft, leave this airspace immediately.
Negative. They've got a debt to pay.
Caution. Pull up. Caution.
Count, we all feel the same way.
Caution.
Shit.
Caution. Pull up.
So Wiseman died for nothing.
This is a peacekeeping force forward base near Erusian territory. Other Allied aircraft have probably been forced to make emergency landings at other airfields. We don't know much. The mission to capture the capital is nearly complete, but we unfortunately have no intel. The enemy communication satellites are down, and we have confirmed the deaths of several Erusian leaders. But our enemy was smart. They had a similar plan. Our own communication systems were destroyed at approximately the same time. We have no idea when or if they'll come back online. Stand by for further details.
As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Usia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned, and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army.
With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power.
HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatch from the Osean army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting.
I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense.
With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Erusia will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Erusia's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there.
Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.